There comes a moment when writing stops being about sentences and starts being about survival. Maybe you didn't plan to write today. Maybe you opened a notebook just to clear your head. Maybe you told yourself, I'll only write one page. But then something unexpected happened. The words didn't feel like work, they felt like relief. You weren't writing a story anymore. You were finally telling the truth, even if no one else would ever read it. And that's when writing quietly becomes therapy. Most people think therapy writing means being a good writer. It doesn't. It means being an honest one. When you write your thoughts without editing them, your brain begins organizing emotions that felt chaotic before. Psychologists call this emotional processing. Writers call it breathing again, because thoughts that stay trapped inside the body often turn into stress, anxiety, or exhaustion. But when you write them down, something shifts. You move from carrying the story to observing it. And observation creates distance. Distance creates safety. And safety creates healing. You start realizing, I survived things I never gave myself credit for. Writing becomes the place where your feelings are allowed to exist without interruption, correction, or judgment. No one talks over you on the page. The page listens. Over time, something beautiful happens. You stop writing only about pain. You start writing about understanding, then growth, then possibility. Writing becomes less about escaping your life and more about meeting yourself inside it. So if today you feel overwhelmed, confused, or heavy, try this. Write one honest paragraph, not perfectly and not poetically, just truthfully. Because sometimes healing doesn't begin in a therapist's office. Sometimes it begins with a pen and the courage to finally hear yourself. If this reflection resonated with you, I want you to know you're not alone in your writing journey. Writing Save Me podcast episodes drop every Sunday afternoon, a space where we explore writing, healing, and the layered ways words help us understand ourselves over time. Writing to heal doesn't have to come first. Sometimes we write to survive, sometimes we write to understand, and sometimes healing is simply what happens along the way. These are just my reflections and experiences, and I would truly love to hear yours. If this episode spoke to you, share your thoughts in the comments